Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through the ABRSM Theory Grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. You can download those in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can access information about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of hints and tips on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time on exam day when you're actually working through your exam paper. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. And now we're going to continue with paper B of the Grade 1 2014 past paper booklet. So if you turn with me to page 8, we're going to be looking at question 5. And I know I'm repeating myself here, but it's really important that you have a go of this on your own first of all. Doesn't matter if you go wrong, always write in pencil, and then you can just rub out any mistakes, and you'll learn much more thoroughly by making those mistakes rather than just passively copying through. So I'm hoping that you've had a go of this, and now we'll check through these answers together. So question 5 asks us to give the number of these melodic intervals. Now if you remember, a melodic interval is where the interval comes one after the other, like a melody, unlike a harmonic interval where they come one on top of each other like a harmony or a chord. So we can see that's why they're one after the other. All we've got to do is count the distance between them though to give that interval number. And so we're always counting C, because we're in C major, we're counting from C as our first. 1, 2, 3, 4, space line, space line. The only way you can go wrong is if you forget to count the given note C as number 1. However, you can double check that by just writing out the degrees of your scale. Just count up the steps of your scale: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So of course C is number 1 of the scale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so C, D, E, F, good boys deserve football. We can see that F is a 4th. So that's a double check there. So let's carry on. If we're in this treble clef now, but we're always counting from C, so the clef really is irrelevant. So C to D, 1, 2. We can see that D is the 2nd degree of the scale. So we've got an interval of a 2nd from C to D there. We're now in the bass clef and we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 is the space, 8 is the line, and we've gone from C all the way up to middle C, and so that's an octave. So you can either say 8VE or you can say 8th, either of those will do. Let's carry on. So we're in the treble clef, we're in a high C now, but that doesn't change anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5th. And we know that this is note G. Every good boy deserves football as the top line. Next to that is G. And we can see that G is the 5th. Back into the bass clef, bottom C now. Counting just the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's good boys deserve football always. A is the 6th degree of the scale, so from C to A we would say it is a 6th. There we go, last one. From this C, 1, 2, 3, C, D, E. E is the 3rd. We've counted 1, 2, 3, space line, space. That's a 3rd. There we go. So let's press on. Now we've got a little bit of revision to do in note values and rest values. So we've got to write a rest next to each note of corresponding value. So they've given us a start here by giving us this first one, and that will help us later. So this is a whole note or a semi-breve worth 4 beats in sound, and so the relative rest, 4 beats of silence is here. Now that's easily confused with the 2 beat one, the minim, and so I always remember that the 4 beat rest hangs off the 4th line, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a bit of a clue to not confuse those. So here this is a quaver or an 8th note, which is worth half a beat, and this is the corresponding rest. And so here, as this is a quaver, the semi-quaver or the 16th note is the similar shape, but we just put another little tail on just like the note has. And so this is the rest we were talking about where we can get confused. This is a 2 beat note, so the 2 beat rest sits on the middle line. So you can see there the difference. 4 beat hangs off the 4th line, 2 beat just sort of sits down a little bit on the middle line. And then here this is a 1 beat note, and really they've given us this here, they've done the thinking for us, we just omit the dot. That's a 1 beat with a dot, that's a 1 beat as our crotchet or quarter note rest. So actually they've kind of given us that. Let's move on to the next question. So now we've got a bit of note reading to do. This might not be so easy if you're not used to reading in the bass clef. It depends what instrument you play. However, if you remember, you can work it out. We can either work it out from the note that they've given us, and you can also remember that the spaces are all cows eat grass, and the lines are good boys deserve football always. So here, all cows eat, and we can double check that because we've gone G, F, E down in step. So the lines are good boys deserve and so on. So good boys, that's a B. Good, there's a G. Let's move on. Good boys deserve. All cows. Now this isn't quite the full answer because it's told us here helpfully to include the sharp sign where necessary. We've got a key signature of F sharps and C sharps. When there's 2 sharps, it's always F sharps and C sharps. 1 sharp on its own is F sharp, 2 is F C. And so this must be a C sharp because the key signature is active on this note. Let's go from here. Good boys deserve football. So again, the F sharp of the key signature is active there. Good boys deserve football always, and all cows eat grass, so A at the bottom. Last part of this question is, how many quavers or 8th notes is the first note of the melody worth? So we got this note here, which is a 2 beat minim or half note, and so we can just visualise how that breaks down. So a 2 beat note breaks down into 2 1 beat notes. So we've got a minim which divides into 2 crotchets, or a half note which divides into 2 quarter notes. And then each of those divides again into quaver beats or 8th notes. So we can see we're always dividing in 2s. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 quavers in a minim, 4 8th notes in a half note. So there we go. That's that question completed. We'll look at the next question in the next video. I do hope that's helpful to you. I hope that it's helping you with your studies. These past papers are excellent revision opportunity in preparation for your exam, and I hope that's helped you to work through it. If you can give me a like, that would be fab, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource and information that's available to help you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!